Hello everyone, I am Nirvana Sparkle. Welcome back to Pony Panels. And for the next main comic series entry, number 42, which I will say in shorthand is called A Pinkie Pie Story. Well, technically, it's a Pinkie Pie story that no one will remember, written by Pinkie Pie with said supporting cast, blah blah blah. Obviously, a moment of egotistical humor as for Pinkie could be looked at as a subtle follow up to The Gift of Maud Pie, seeing that the setup is exactly the same. Pinkie is looking for a gift, possibly for Maud, maybe? And looks for Rarity for ideas and inspiration. They come up with an idea of a storybook. But of course, as Rarity is too consumed with being the focus and the star of the story and trying to keep the story on track, Pinkie has 10 million ideas on how it should be illustrated, how it should be done, and her sporadic fourth wall mind runs wild. It is through this and driving a Rarity virtually crazy throughout the comic that is the main source of it. It shows that Rarity is a very focused and driven mind. When she has an idea, she sticks to it and almost follows the track. While Pinkie Pie's mind is wherever the wind takes her creatively. If she gets a new idea, she wants to try it. Try it and see if it works. She finds fun in the act of creativity rather than the actual product being created. And this shows in this comic. You see, this comic could be viewed as a love letter to animation itself in the many forms that it has taken over the years. From classic cartooning to the Looney Tunes style to Peanut style comics to anime to and manga to darker noir sets. Many noticeable animation styles are used in this comic, and it's almost splashed panel for panel with creativity, love, and care as the two try to figure out how this story goes. But despite all of Rarity's obvious frustrations through Pinkie's lack of focus, is the fact that they enjoyed working on the creative work together and what it meant for them both to sharing a creative work together despite their many differences in focus and drive that drive home the finer point of the moral. Although the conversation pieces and jokes are classic sporadic Pinkie for those that like Pinkie's character, Rarity is admittedly in the right place, but frustrated as she tries to figure out focus and it all going wrong. Think of it as a feeling Pinkie keen for Rarity fans. But it's the many, many noted pieces of different animation styles and use of artwork and their love of just the creative process and the ability to brainstorm that drives the heart of the comic. I'm sure in reading the comic, although I wouldn't necessarily call this a read as much as a piece of eye candy, that you'll find definitely a comic or an expression that you like. Even the comic's cover that you'll see through the thumbnail for this video is full of creativity, color, and a lot of things going on in a lot of different places, which is trying in a way to understand Pinkie's mind as a character. There's a million things going on at a million miles an hour, and all you have to do is hang on for the ride. I almost would refer to this comic as a Pinkie collage. Large in understanding how she thinks, how she creates, and how she can take such a subtle thing as making a storybook, and a subtle thing like giving a gift, and add so much creativity and vibrance. It's almost at the center point of her character. And that inspiration, something that I should know a lot about, can come from many places and at many times. And how that inspiration comes to being, sometimes in the creative note, can often make the experience more fun and also more frustrating. But in the end, if you create something that you truly appreciate, especially with a friend, no matter how hard the hurdles of the process may be, the greatness is in the fact that you created something beautiful, something unique, something truly your own that identifies you, or even you and your friend. And that's what makes this comic a pure, light-hearted romp. It's hard not to appreciate this comic and come out with a smile on your face, which is typical of Pinkie Pie. And although she may not remember it, we will, as the comics continue their good string of consistency, especially in the main line. This comic is a love letter for anyone that has ever been in the comics or animated profession, and really shows the inspiration to many, many an animator or an illustrator. But also shows the ups, downs, and many things in between in the creative process. If you're a creator, especially of cartoons, this will be a warm-filled stab at your heart. If you're a Pinkie fan and a Rarity fan, this is a perfect follow-up to The Gift of Maud Pie. Seemingly, this is a comic for almost everyone, and definitely not necessarily a must read, but a must observe. There's a lot going on, and all of it is beautiful. That's why I give a Pinkie Pie story main comics number 42 a startling 5 out of 6. You'll love it for its many nods, the many different animation styles, although the story and Pinkie's jokes might be graining. The moral and the reason for its existence is so heartfelt and pure, you'll get to the end of the comic. For sure. Until the next pony panels. Find peace in your own nirvana, and thanks for watching. Every time there's a new comic, whether it be in the main series or in the Friends Forever series, expect a new pony panels to quickly follow. As well as sometimes I might throw in a makeup comic or two. And make sure if you love My Little Pony comics, or even the series, or even the books, or anything pony related, hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. See you next time.